Okay. Hi, everybody. Are you seeing the Get Connected webpage?
Yes.
Great. Welcome to this week's Stay Connected webinar. We are very excited to share some information about our upcoming Get Connected conference. This is our webpage, and we will keep this page updated from now until the time of the conference, and even actually after the conference, we'll be posting recordings. So this will be your place to go and get the most up-to-date information. Our theme this year is Come Play, and I have no idea why the dog is barking. He wants to participate, I guess. We are going to be at the CHI Health Center, which is a very exciting venue. We were there 2 years ago, and we're happy that we're able to hold our conference there again this year. It will be held September 2nd. And I want to show you the schedule to begin. So if you can be there between 8 and 8:30, that'll be great. And we will have a light breakfast available to you during that time. And our walk and talk display tables will be set up, so there'll be plenty for you to do, people to walk around and talk to, and you'll have time to settle in. We have two very exciting keynote speakers. Our morning keynote is Silva Raker. Maybe you've heard about the Kiewit Luminarium. It's a new facility that's very hands-on, active, play-based, sponsored by Kiewit in Omaha. Silva is the executive director of the center, and she's going to do our first opening keynote about the importance of play and talk a little bit about the Luminarium. And our lunch keynote speaker, we are very fortunate to have Stephanie Jones from Harvard, and she will be talking about the research behind play, how we create environments that are play-based, and why that's so important. We're really excited to have both of these speakers and feel really fortunate they're able to join us. We don't have a tab for him yet, but we also have our new Commissioner of Education who's going to do a welcome for us. And so we will have some more information about Brian Maher, Dr. Brian Maher, on the site here soon. So the schedule, we're going to have 4 workshop blocks. We're going to have 40 different sessions you'll be able to select from throughout the day. Lots of variety and lots of expertise. So you can kind of see where those fall in the schedule. And we also have walk and talk times for you to walk around and visit with the walk and talk table hosts as well. So those are identified partners who work statewide with all of our after school programs. And so you can go and introduce yourself to these folks and tell them where you are and talk to them about the different ways they might partner with you in your after school program. The conference actually technically begins at 8:30, but we would recommend you get there a little sooner so you can grab some breakfast and get settled in. And then we'll have door prizes at the end of the day at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to turn this over to Sandra. Sandra, I'm going to try and refresh my screen and see if our new tab shows up. And there it is. Can you see it? Book Club tab. Are you all seeing that, or do I need to stop and reshare?
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, that looks great. Thank you, Kim.
You can see it? Okay, great. All right, Sandra.
One of the benefits of attending the conference in person is that you will get a copy of the book Why Play Works to take home with you from the conference. I put a link in the chat. There's a short video from Playworks about this book, just kind of introducing it. It is a book that talks about both how to play. There's a game guide with lots of great games that you can play with kids, but also really makes some of the research about why this is important really accessible. So we're going to spend a little bit of time after the conference, really diving into this book. You don't even have to attend the conference to be part of it, but if you attend the conference, you get the book, but anybody can join in the book club. And Kim, why don't you scroll up just a little bit so we can see, we're going to have a book club that meets once a month after the conference, going through the book section by section, to really dig into what can you get out of this book and how can you use it in your programming. There'll be a guide too. You can join the virtual book club, or you can take the guide and do a book club with your own staff. We want to give everybody every chance to really dig deep into this book and understand it and take advantage of it, because we're investing in you and your time to send it home with everybody from the conference. It's really fun. I think you're all going to love the book. Very accessible. We also will have a session at the conference about the book club, one of the breakout sessions. Kim, can you go back to the schedule? We're going to have 40 different breakout sessions. You can see in the schedule block here, there's 4 workshop sessions. There'll be 10 different breakouts for each one. So you may want to coordinate with your team where you're going to try to cover as many of those as possible. If you're joining the conference virtually, because there's a virtual registration option too, there's going to be 4 virtual sessions in each of those workshop blocks. So you can choose from those, and those 4 sessions will also be recorded. So you can come back and watch those after the conference. So there's, let's see, how do I count this? 16 hybrid sessions that you could attend virtually or in person. And then there's an additional 24 that you have to be in person to attend, and there'll be recordings afterwards. So again, we want you to have every opportunity to access the information. We have really good breakout sessions this year. I got to be on the committee that reviewed the breakout sessions. Great proposals. And that list of when the breakout sessions are and what the topics are will be available soon. So you want to keep track of this website. We're not quite there yet, but I think you're really going to enjoy that. And I like the option that you can attend virtually or in person, and you can decide what works best for you and your team. Kim, I think you get to talk about the walk and talk tables next.
Thanks, Sandra. I'm going to pull up a different page for just a second. So until 12:30, until it's time for lunch, you'll have the opportunity to walk around and connect with these walk and talk table hosts. So these are folks who represent statewide organizations committed to our Nebraska after-school programs. And I'm going to just leave this page for just a second. Most of the walk and talk tables, the folks who are leading and representing the organization at the conference are what we call our partner spotlight organizations. So these are organizations committed to after school, and they support your programs in a variety of different ways. We'll have a tab that summarizes who will be representing the organizations at the conference, but I think we're going to exceed our goal of 30 tables. We have lots of interest from folks interested in coming to the conference and talking to you. So they will be available until 12:30. And you can see here, I'll just try to scroll slowly, but you can get on this webpage and take a look yourself as well. So these are the folks who will be at the conference. And I did want to mention that because it's just such a great opportunity to discover some new partners who can come and bring exciting opportunities to your students. Jan, I'm going to go back to the conference page. Do you want to talk a little bit about the registration process?
Absolutely. So if you can kind of follow along with this here on this page, you'll really in a snapshot see basically all of the information that you're going to need. In a second, I'll come back and talk about specifically about the registration and what kind of information you need. But the link is right here at the top of that page. We have two ways that you can participate. So if you would like to come in person, that is $90 per person. And then if you would prefer to join virtually, we have a virtual option for $45. And we've listed here the dates that we're going to have to close registration. For the folks that are coming in person, we will close registration at midnight on September 17th. That'd be the Sunday night, the week of the conference, because we have to give our final meal counts. So you have some time to get registered, but just want to make sure you know that that will be the deadline. Anyone that, we would accept, of course, people that show up the day of, but we can't promise that you would have food. So take that into consideration. For those that are joining virtually, we will keep that registration open even the day of the conference. So if, your plans change or someone who wasn't planning to join, maybe you have a building principal that would like to pop in for some specific sessions, we will keep it open the day of the conference. We have a process for group registrations, and many of you have programs and there's going to be multiple people coming. And so to help you be able to sit down in one sitting and fill out registration for everyone, we do have a spreadsheet, and you see it listed there. There's a link to it where it says group registration form. Kim, I don't know, we maybe don't want to open that up at this point, but I'm going to tell you what is on that form and what would make it easiest and most efficient for you to register your group is to get this information from all of your people that are attending ahead of time before you sign up. And so obviously we need to know their first and last name. They need to have a unique email address. And then we need to know, are you registering them for in-person or virtual? Our registration site is set up so that you can have a mixture. So you could have some people virtual, some in person, and do it all on one registration form. But you'll need a unique email for each person that you're registering. Then their phone number, their position in the program, the name of your school or organization. Real important, because this has happened in prior conferences. We do ask for people that are coming in person, if you do have any dietary restrictions, if you let us know that, we'll do our best to accommodate. And there is, when you do this spreadsheet, there's a drop down and the choices are dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan, and vegetarian. And then we did add another box for other, like we did receive one already where someone said they're allergic to tree nuts. We try to take all this into consideration to be sure we can provide a meal that'll suit everyone's needs. But in the past, we have had programs where a group registration came in and nothing was marked. And I'm just telling you, on a special diet, we don't have the ability to provide a vegetarian diet or meal, for example, if it wasn't pre-ordered. So please take a minute if you're bringing a group to ask that question. And so then once you have that information, you're ready to sit down and go to the registration site. We do this year still offer the option of doing an invoice. So if you're a Nebraska school district or you are a Nebraska community-based organization, you can be invoiced. And if you choose to be invoiced, then the first question that will pop up is, who should we send the invoice to? So you need to identify, if it's a school district, probably the bookkeeper at your school or whoever is going to be the one that will take care of paying the invoice. And then after that, you just start entering the information I just talked about for each of your attendees. So I want to just kind of summarize what is included in your registration. What are you going to get if it's virtual or in person? So you can see on the website there, the $90 fee would include both of these keynote speakers, those speakers sessions, anything going on in the ballroom, that will be streamed out live. And so the virtual people will receive that as well. So whether you're there in person or virtual, you'll get to hear those presentations. And then the in-person people will have the chance, obviously, to network with all the folks that are there in person, walk around the walk and talk tables, visit with any of those organizations individually if you would care to. The people who come in person are going to get a copy of this book that Sandra was just talking about, Why Play Works. Everyone will get a free copy of that included in their registration packet. And then they will also have access to all the recorded sessions. So anything that we're streaming will be recorded and posted on our website at a later date. And then the people in person will also get these personalized business cards. We've done these for the last few years and it's very well received. If you're new to us, what you'll find when you check in with your name tag, there will be, I believe it's 10 or 12 business cards with your name on it, the name of your organization. And then as you walk around and network with other people or with some of these folks that have the walk and talk tables, you can just hand them your card if you're wanting them to reach out to you or whatever. So that's a real nice tool that you can use to help you make connections with other people as you're there for the conference. And then obviously we're going to feed you. We'll feed you well. Like Kim mentioned, there'll be a light breakfast available, lunch, and possibly some other little snacks along the way that we'll have, and then door prizes. There'll be a drawing for those for those that come in person at the end of the day. Now, the $45 for the virtual, as I said, you'll get to see those keynote sessions, the welcome from the commissioner, anything that's going on in the ballroom, you'll hear all of that live. You also will have access to those 16 virtual workshops that Sandra mentioned. And so we have 4 different times throughout the day when we will be offering breakouts. So you should have choices each of those time periods between what you'd like to join. And if you do have a number of people participating virtually, I would recommend you coordinate with your staff so that you can cover as many sessions as possible virtually. Then also those paying for the virtual registration, you will also have access to those live stream sessions that will be recorded and available on our website afterwards. And then our team at NDE will provide technical support throughout the day. So if you have any issues getting logged in or hearing or whatever the case may be, they're there to help you and provide support. Kim, do you want to click now over to the lodging tab? There we go. So obviously, if you're coming in person, you can stay anywhere you would like. But we do have a block of rooms at the Hilton Hotel, which is across the street from the CHI Center. And you can see in that photo, there is a sky bridge that attaches the hotel to the conference center. So it's handy, if it would happen to be raining that day or something. You do not have to stay at this hotel, but the rates are posted on the website there. So that's something that you should take care of. If you know for sure you're coming to Omaha, I would recommend getting your lodging secured before it gets right up to the day of your arrival so that you've got more options. And then on the logistics tab, if you want to click on that, Kim, we have our fantastic office assistant, Sherry. She's on here. I saw her name on here, but we could not do this without Sherry. I just want to say that. But she's got these very nice maps posted on here. We've got driving directions to help you find your way down to the CHI area. And the lot where you would be parking is listed on this map. It's directly across from the conference center. And the parking fee is $10 for the day. They do not allow overnight parking in that lot. So I just want to make sure everyone understands that. If you're just driving in for the day, that's the perfect place to park. And then you'll pay that attendant, at the gate when you enter the parking lot. Sherry's also got a floor plan of CHI, and all of those, you can see the ballroom is that large square, and then all of the other breakout rooms are there in the blue shading so that you can see. We do have 10 breakout rooms. So we are expecting a good sized crowd. Really looking forward to having all of you there. The area that says walk and talk is a fairly large pre-function area, they call it. And that's where like the morning breakfast items will be there, coffee will be available, those kinds of things. And then the walk and talk tables will be throughout that room, as well as the hallway directly outside of the walk and talk area. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. Thanks, Jan, Sandra. I guess we have a little bit of time if you have questions. We went through a lot of information pretty quickly. Sonia is also part of our leadership team. I don't know, Sonia, if you want to add anything. Put you on the spot.
I'm good. I think you guys covered it very well. I'm excited to see everyone.
Some people join specifically because they're presenting or they have a walk and talk table. So if you have any questions about that, you're welcome to ask those now too.
Otherwise, I'll continue to communicate with all of those folks about the details of your sessions and walk and talk, logistics, and so on. Well, as I said, we'll keep this conference website up to date, and you can access this page. Is it, Sandra, you're really good at the chat. Did you throw that in the chat by chance?
I did. I'll put it in again just in case people joined later.
All right, thank you. And you can see, if you're on this page, you can see the recognition of our conference partners here along the screen: Beyond School Bells, Nebraska Extension, Nebraska Department of Education, our 21st CCLC program, and Click to Science PD. So,
and as we get closer to the conference and all of the breakout sessions have been assigned a room and everything finalized, we will be posting more details about those breakouts so that you got some time to plan ahead of the event which of the sessions you and your team want to attend.
if you have questions, get in touch with any of us, and that will help guide us as we add additional information to the website too, in case we miss anything that you want to know. Well, if you don't have any other questions, we'll let you go and get on with your day. We appreciate you joining, and this webinar will be recorded and shared. We will not have a webinar. Typically, these are the first and third Thursdays of the month, but the third Thursday of the month is the day before the conference, and we know you'll be busy and you'll be traveling and so on. So our next one will be the first Thursday of October. And we will keep those updates on the StayConnected site.
Oh, Kim, the September 7th.
Oh, I've totally lost a whole month of my time here. Yeah, let me.
September 7th is from the Luminarium, so that's one.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, Sandra.
I highly recommend.
Yeah, that's great. We're excited. Luminarium is brand new in Omaha, so we're excited to learn more about that along with you. Thanks. Right. Anything else? All right. Well, we will look forward to seeing you in Omaha on September 22nd, if not sooner. And we're really excited to all get together in person and have some chances to get connected in Omaha. Come play. See you all soon.